In the golden age of ancient India, when spiritual seekers traveled far and wide in search of enlightenment, the Buddha walked among ordinary people as a living beacon of profound wisdom. His teachings were never reserved solely for monks in secluded monasteries. They were practical, everyday lessons meant for merchants weighed down by stress, parents lying awake with worry for their children, and even young men consumed by their own rage. The Buddha understood that suffering took many forms, and his compassion extended to all who sought relief from their inner turmoil. One particularly striking encounter occurred on a quiet afternoon as the Buddha sat beneath the shade of a sprawling banyan tree, surrounded by disciples and villagers eager to hear his words. The air was thick with the scent of blooming lotuses, and the gentle rustling of leaves seemed to harmonize with the peaceful atmosphere. Suddenly, the crowd stirred as a man came charging forward, his face twisted with fury, his entire body trembling with unrestrained anger. He pointed an accusing finger at the Buddha and spat out venomous words. "You!" he spits at Buddha. "All these fools call you enlightened, but I see the truth. You're just a smooth-talking con artist, preying on weak minds." The disciple stands, ready to intervene. But Buddha merely observes the man with the calm attention one might give to a thunderstorm, respecting its power but unafraid of its noise. When the man finally pauses for breath, Buddha asks gently, "If you brought me a basket of rotten fruit and I refuse to take it, where would that fruit remain?" The man scowls. "With me, obviously." The Buddha nodded slowly and replied, "Exactly like your anger right now." In that moment, something shifted within the man. He had expected a heated argument, a battle of wills, but instead he was met with unbreakable calm. Buddha explained, "Every insult, every worry, every fear that comes your way is like a gift being offered. You hold the power to say, 'No, thank you.' The moment you refuse to accept negativity, it stays with the giver instead of poisoning your heart." This encounter revealed 3 life-changing lessons that remain just as powerful today as they were centuries ago. The first was the principle of the unaccepted gift, the realization that we always have a choice in whether we take on the negativity directed at us. Just as we can refuse a physical offering, we can also refuse to internalize insults, fears, and anxieties. The moment we decline to accept them, they remain with the person who projected them rather than poisoning our own hearts. The second lesson was the metaphor of the burning coal, a vivid illustration of how anger harms the one who holds on to it most. Buddha explained that rage is like clutching a red-hot ember with the intent to throw it at someone else. Long before it reaches its target, it scorches the hand that grips it. Many of us carry grudges for years, not realizing that the person we are truly hurting is ourselves. The third lesson came from the banyan tree itself, a living example of unwavering strength and generosity. The Buddha pointed out how the tree provided shade even to the woodcutter who came to chop its branches, and how it bore fruit indiscriminately without checking whether someone deserved its sweetness. He urged his followers to cultivate the same resilience, to remain rooted in kindness even when faced with hostility. To further drive home his teachings, the Buddha scooped water from a nearby pond and dropped a pebble into it. As ripples distorted the reflection of the sky, he explained that our minds work the same way. Every angry thought, Every anxious worry is like a pebble tossed into the stillness of our consciousness, disturbing our natural clarity. But if we allow the ripples to settle, our minds return to their original state, calm, clear, and undisturbed. The once angry man stood in stunned silence, tears streaming down his face. For the first time, he understood that true strength wasn't about winning arguments or suppressing emotions. It was about mastering them. He had spent his entire life believing that power came from domination, but the Buddha had shown him that real freedom came from letting go. These teachings are just as relevant now as they were then. In a world that often feels chaotic and overwhelming, we can choose not to accept every negative thought that comes our way. We can recognize anger for what it truly is, a fire that burns us first. And we can learn from the banyan tree, standing tall and unshaken, offering shelter even to those who do not deserve it. The next time anxiety whispers that the worst will happen, or anger demands an immediate reaction, we can pause and ask ourselves, is this a truth or just a ripple? If we wait for the waters to still, we might find that what we feared was never as real as it seemed. Buddha's wisdom endures because it speaks to the universal human experience, our struggles with fear, our battles with anger, and our deep longing for peace. The choice, as always, remains ours. Will we clutch the burning coal, or will we let it go? Will we disturb the pond, or will we let it reflect the sky? The answers to these questions shape not just moments but lifetimes. If this video inspired you, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe for more motivation, and share it with someone who needs a boost today. Until next time, stay motivated, stay inspired, and keep shining. See you in the next video. Shubham Bhavtu.